Changes to old age security program have been demanded by the Bloc Québécois, and they've been hotly debated this week on Parliament Hill. In short, they want a 10% boost the government already gave to seniors age 75 and older, and they want that extended to all seniors from 65 up. That was former Bank of Canada Governor David Dodge and former Liberal Finance Minister John Manley on this show yesterday. While they disagree with it, not everyone is rejecting the idea so quickly. Joining me now to dig deeper into the subject are Rudy Buttingol. He's the president of the Canadian Association of Retired Persons, and from University of British Columbia, Dr. Paul Kershaw. He's the founder of Generation Squeeze. Thank you both for being here. Rudy, I'm going to start with you on this one. You've been frustrated watching this debate, and you've said that you don't think it's based on facts. Why is that?
Well, look, in a recent article in the Globe and Mail in August, according to the reporting, the parliamentary budget officer, Yves Giroux, said that government spending is sustainable over the long term. So why this discussion of why this particular issue, helping out seniors between 65 and 74, for those in need, has become the reason that we should be looking at balancing the budget and looking at creating a great burden for younger generations. The pitting one generation against the next, I don't think is helpful. It's just not helpful, and it's divisive.
Now, Paul, you've said our retirees in this country have the lowest level of poverty across the country. According to the Conference Board of Canada, poverty among the elderly is at 6.7%. You've also pointed to how much federal money goes to different programs, including OAS. Is it disproportional?
Well, first of all, it's not me saying that retirees have the lowest rates of low income. That's Stats Can reporting it. They also have the highest rates of wealth. But I think what I want to just focus on Rudy's aspirations not to have division between generations. There is no doubt the Bloc Québécois motion is a bad idea. It is not targeting money to help retirees with low income and little housing wealth. It is actually going to spread money to retired households that may have as much as $180,000 of household income. Clearly, that's not the group that most needs help. But Rudy, and the CART president here, has a brilliant idea. He's actually put on the table earlier this morning, let us think about changing the income thresholds above which we claw back the OAS. And this has game-changing potential, because we could do that to repurpose some of the already planned $71 billion of new spending for old age security over the next 5 years, and deliver that not to give a 10% increase to the lowest income retirees, but to give a 50 or 60% increase. And then we can think about some other ways to help pay for that funding, and it can do nothing less than, here's what I think Rudy's idea will do: save Parliament, strengthen old age security, invest more in younger generations, and reduce the deficit. It is an amazing win-win-win opportunity.
Well, Rudy, I don't know if you're paying him for all this promo here, but I mean, I guess you can take it, right? But why do you think?
Like, damned by faint praise. I didn't propose saving Parliament. That's for the politicians to decide. And the old age, the seniors' benefits are already income tested. And what I said was that was something that we could debate. We should look at it to say, how does this, reflect reality? Going back to an earlier point that this is a generation that's been coddled by the former governor of the Bank of Canada. If you look at it as a whole, the boomers have done well. But there's a big cohort, million plus, that are struggling, where old age security and guaranteed income certificate is a lifeline.
Yeah. And that's why Rudy's opening the conversation to how do we think about tweaking, refining the clawback for OAS. It says, rather than having Mr. Blanchette's blunt idea of sending more money to those who might have incomes as high as $180,000, let's use this idea to target more money to that million or so a group of retirees that are really struggling, as Rudy's pointing out. Like, that is something we should want to do. And if we were to actually implement a plan that was proposed by the Chrétien government in the mid-1990s, we would actually be able to save about repurpose about $12 billion of the new spending that will go to old age security, transfer that to the guaranteed income supplement, and really dramatically improve the well-being financially of some of our most economically marginalized retirees. Now, that's something I want to get behind. And if we do that, it also gives us an opportunity to free up some other dollars to not let OAS drive deficit spending as much as it is, because it is the major driver of deficit spending, and have some money left over to dramatically improve investments in housing, childcare, and post-secondary. Because if you just give me one more moment to make a comparison, old age security is already scheduled to grow by $72 billion over the next 5 years. By comparison, childcare will get $10 billion, housing, the most important political issue today, $6 billion, and post-secondary $5 billion. We could better balance those things and meet Rudy's aspiration and the Bloc's aspiration to help particularly low-income seniors.
You know,
and
when
Rudy,
I was
just want to get. Just before you jump in there, Rudy, and I will give you the next word, but there are some stats out there, a fresh poll by Nanos Research for CTV News, showing how people are actually in favor of this, and 55% of people actually in favor of extending old age security, giving that top up of 10% to seniors who are 65 to 74, and even 24% somewhat support. So that is the vast majority who are saying they support it. So I'll let you continue here, but do you think that maybe the conversation is a little tainted here by the politics when it seems like the policy is supported?
Yeah, I think people are in favor of helping seniors. After all, they've spent 4, 5, 6 decades building this country, generating wealth, paying their income tax. Many seniors that are well-to-do today continue to pay income tax at today's rates. So they, of course, contribute. What happens in Parliament is typical Parliament. You know, these are politicians looking for short-term gain. The long-term is rarely in a politician's, favor. They're not interested in the long-term. They're interested in winning the next election. But we need to have a serious discussion, because people are in favor of supporting old age benefits, especially most seniors are on fixed incomes. The cost of living has zoomed ahead in ways that have been unimaginable. When we look at the official inflation rate, it doesn't take into account the cost of living, doesn't take into account the cost of groceries and gas. But for seniors, there's one thing: they don't have that many more years to live, and we want to make sure that they have a dignified living. But that's when you start to consume health care. And if you want, we have such huge numbers aging out that the public system will be totally incapable of dealing with it institutionally. We will need families, individuals, to help each other. It's one of the reasons why we are 100% against any move towards a home equity tax, which Paul keeps bringing up as, household wealth, because I think it's working around the edges to try to introduce a home equity tax. It sounds like a lot of seniors are sitting on that wealth, but the minute you have health concerns, you have to bring in daily help, or you have to move into a long care facility that can cost between $10,000 and $20,000 a month. That wealth disappears. So we are 100% against any kind of home equity tax. That is a safety net for the vast majority of people that will have to look after their own needs while they're aging.
Oh, there's so much there. We're going to have to bring us back. Yeah, you're going to have us back.
Yeah, Paul, unfortunately, we're out of time, and we're going to have to bring you back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every other day until this
so much fun.
finally.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, I'll talk to Vashi about it, see if she can squeeze you guys in on Monday. Rudy Buttingol, the president of the Canadian Association of Retired Persons, and Dr. Paul Kershaw, founder of Generation Squeeze. Thank you both for being with us today. We appreciate it.